Now, when we talk about this, a lot of the information that we have here comes from a guy named Daniel Goleman, and he wrote a book back in 1995 called Emotional Intelligence, and in '08 he had another book come out called Primal Leadership, which talked a lot about emotional intelligence. But from that book, he came out with these emotional leadership styles, and at the top of that list is the visionary leadership style. People want to be motivated. People want to be motivated. We want someone that we can follow and lead us to the promised land, if you will. And so that's why you have that style of leadership being the most successful way of leading people, specifically when you talk about working in groups, working in team environments like many of you do. The next one in that is what they call the affiliative style of leadership. That's when if something goes wrong in your life, I want to know about it. You know, is everything okay with your mom? Is your mom doing okay? You know, how is your son doing? How's your daughter doing? How's you doing in that class? That's the affiliative style, because if you're not doing good, guess what? They're not doing good. If you're not happy, we're not happy. If you're not happy, the organization is not happy. And so if I can affiliate with you, then we have a rapport at this point. Next, we have what they call the democratic style of leadership. That's when, you know what, have you ever had managers or leaders who say, you know, guys, come on, let's have a powwow. Tell me what you all think. I want your buy-in. How do you all think we should handle this problem? That's called the democratic style of coaching. And I mean, I think that's self-explanatory. We see, if you think about any football, basketball team, they use coaching styles all the time. But moreover, in corporate America, there's coaching as well. Oftentimes, if an employee isn't working up to a certain standard, you begin to coach them. You begin to work with them in the areas that they have deficiencies so that they'll become a model employee, or better yet, a better employee. And next, at the bottom of this, or to the left of the model, we have what we call pace setting. Oftentimes you see pace setting, if you've ever been doing cold calls or in sales, telemarketing, that's what they call it, telemarketing. They tell you, look, I know it's 5 o'clock, I know you get off at 6, but you need to make 100 phone calls. Because we know if you make 100 phone calls, then out of 100 phone calls, 10 people will respond positively, and maybe out of those 10, you'll get 2 sales. So that's called pace setting. And for obvious reasons, pace setting won't work in every organization. It won't work in every line of business. And last on this, we have commanding. And commanding is the least effective way of managing people when you begin to look at groups or working in groups. Because people just don't like being told what to do. People don't like to be micromanaged. You know, I don't mind, give me the big picture and I'll work out the details. But commanding is the least effective way. But the idea is, if you can begin to use effectively any 4 of these leadership styles, you can be an effective leader. And commanding has its place.